TBISE, TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. You already know what it is. We're here talking about sports. So in the sports world, I just want to, jump directly into the, a topic that's been brought to my attention. A lot of people ask me, hey, you see Shakur in the media, you see Shakur being real vocal, you see Shakur always beefing with everyone and so forth and so on. What you think about that? For me, in my opinion of Shakur Stevenson or any man who speaks their mind, speaks their opinion, I respect that. For me, I think this is kind of long overdue for Shakur Stevenson. I think that he should have been putting himself out there in the media. Not saying that he's like clout chasing or whatever the case may be, but this is how he feels about people and what they're saying. This is how he feels. He feels like people are, maybe, doubting his skills and disrespecting his name and his talent and his ability to draw to the box office and whatever fight, whatever you want to call it. They said he lacks the ability to build big fights or so forth and so on. And these people are giving these opinions saying that he's going to get knocked out, he's going to get stopped, so forth and so on. So he feels like, why are people saying this about me? So I feel like I need to speak up for myself. So he's, been beefing with Timothy Bradley and, so forth and so on.
Well, today on Cigar Talk, Timothy Bradley tripled down and said this.
If Tank lands, he's going to hurt. He's going to do damage. Yo, I think Tank can win. I mean, if Tank starts letting those hands go on him, he's gonna shell up. He's gonna move. He don't get the fuck out of the way. He's gonna bounce. He's not gonna stand there and trade with Tank. Shakur is not gonna stand there and trade with him. But I think Tank can very well win this fight either by knockout or decision. He has all the momentum. He has more experience.
The sport of boxing has been paying attention to what he's been saying because he's like, he's real adamant about, hey, listen, I'm the best. Put me in the ring with the best and I'll fight the best. So for me, to speak to Shakur, my opinion about this is like, hey, keep doing what you're doing, young man. Keep putting your name out there. You know what I mean? All press is good and bad is good for your career because they're going to say what they want to say as long as you know who you are and your intentions as far as boxing goes in the sports, as far as being a father or a husband or whatever it is you got going on. Continue to represent yourself and put your best foot forward and continue to speak up for yourself. You think you're the best? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to believe in yourself. I know I went to your last fight versus Artem. To be honest, I thought that you could have did more in the fight. I feel like Shakur could have did more, a lot more. I felt like Artem was, real herky-jerky, moving around a lot, not on duty. I feel like he was difficult task for Shakur, not based off of the skill level, but sometimes, like they say, when fighters are trying to avoid being knocked out, it's sometimes hard to to catch them and cut the ring off, and get them out of there. Now, even though I know there was information that was released or videos that were released stating that Crawford said to him, hey, listen, I was telling you to put the jab here and step to this side, so forth and so on, and you didn't do it. But it's whenever someone is in the ring,
pure boxer, so I just tell Shakur, just continue doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the negative attention that you're getting. Don't worry about the backlash that you're getting from beating the guy convincingly. Everybody's not a knockout puncher. Everybody's not going to go in there and knock every one of their opponents out. As long as you're winning in a fashion where there's no confusion who the winner is, then you're doing something right. Just keep winning.
Sometimes they may see different things. So, I thought that Shakur, your performance during that fight was a mediocre performance. I don't think it was the best Shakur. I would give that fight maybe a 6 out of 10. I seen you, Shakur Stevenson, fight, a lot better than that. Be more aggressive. And I think that if you would have, pressed it a little bit more, you probably could have stopped Artem because Artem clearly was in survival mode and he couldn't touch you because you do have Shakur does have great defense. Now, with that being said, with the Lomachenko news of possibly not taking a Tank fight, this leaves the door open for Shakur to possibly step into this fight against Tank, depending on what promoter he signs with. And I think in order for him to get that fight with Tank, it'll probably have to be with, I would say, one or two promoters, I think that will get him that fight. For one, PBC will be where he'll have to fight sign. Maybe a 1-2 fight deal, which includes Tank or Mayweather Promotions. I spoke to Shakur at the press conference. Not directly, but there's after the fight they had the media people there, and I spoke to him and I gave my opinion of where I thought that he should go.
I dominated, didn't get the win. Was that on your mind at all?
That was part of the conversation with my grandfather. I told him, like, if they rob me, I'm done with boxing.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna try to run.
Shakur, if you don't get the fights
Mayweather,
at
Shakur.
135,
Mayweather, man.
140?
Huh?
If you don't get the fights at 135, would you move up to 140? Would you consider
We
it?
don't know what the future holds, man.
Go with Floyd, Shakur, man. Go there, man.
Expect the champion.
Where so he can get the most lucrative fights, because regardless of what you want to say, PBC has the top 135 pounders. There's a lot of fights that can be made there. So I would recommend that Shakur goes over there to PBC, or with Mayweather, because Mayweather has the ability, he has the star power, he can propel Shakur's career just based off just Floyd alone, being at Shakur's press conferences alone would bring so much attention. Him signing with Floyd would bring so much attention. I was in Miami speaking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, like, he said his opinion was that Floyd Mayweather was done and so forth and so on. But I said, nah, in my opinion, Floyd is still one of the biggest, not one of the biggest things in boxing. He's one of the biggest attractions in boxing, period. I'm saying top five. Top five. It may not be number one anymore because you have Tank there, you have Canelo there, but Floyd is not that far off. And if you see how Floyd is moving Carmel Moulton, Carmel Moulton has, he doesn't even have 5 fights, I believe, and he's being talked about in the media because of what? Because of Floyd. Floyd's putting him on these undercards and putting him on these, these big cards, and then have him fighting in front of all these people, and he's been performing, even though people say that he has an amateur style, but he's been performing, he's been getting the wins, knocking people out. So Floyd is actually moving Carmel Moulton in the right direction. So I would definitely tell Shakur, if he's going to sign with 1 or 2 companies, would be PBC and Mayweather Promotions. At that way, he would get the Tank fight. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what's next. TBISE, the best in sports entertainment.